Hey, this might be my last one for today because I gotta go to improv at 6 o'clock. Ooh, what am I gonna do today? I mean, the great thing about improv is you don't have to prepare. It's hard. It's hard when you do improv because you're like, I want a funny idea. But I think you really are just supposed to go in. Like, a lot of the exercises are to help you get your mind blank. I remember one exercise we did at the other class was like, wait, what do you do on this? Do you go on a loop? That can't be right. Really? Do you do like a sonic loop around this thing? You can't do that. On a skateboard? Really? That'd be cool. What the one exercise we did was you have two people and they stand on the opposite end of the stage and they face away from each other, and the teacher guy says like, okay, just shake it out, let go of all your thoughts. You just had a thought, like let it go, get rid of it. And he's like trying to get you to just like the first thing you think of. Don't think of anything. Stop it. You're thinking of something right now. Stop it. You're trying to think of a joke. Don't do that. And then he says go, and then you turn around and walk towards each other, and you're supposed to like kind of greet each other like you're passing on the street and just like say something. Like, oh, happy Tuesday or something. Just like try to say something random, and like if the randomness is like can be funny. Like, just think of something. Don't try to think of like what you would say to like a normal person, like when you're like if you saw a friend, because that's boring, right? Like, oh, nice weather. Try to say something. Just try to be weird, I guess. But like, don't. Yeah, that's why I like it. I mean, if the first thing you think of is, oh, nice weather, then you have to say that. But don't make that the first thing you think of because, like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to say when I see somebody on the street. Like, don't say what you're supposed to say. Just say, like, if you see somebody, it's hard because, and I wonder how this kind of works in improv, because a lot of improv is just like generalizations, and I could see that being a problem with like stereotypes and being like, I don't know, you ask for a suggestion from the audience and they're like, okay, you're Jackie Chan, and then you like do an Asian accent and it's like, oh. Because like that's the first thing you think of, right? So that's hard. Or like, I guess you just have to kind of train yourself to not be racist. Because I feel like we're all kind of racist. Like, the first thing you think of when you think of an Asian person is like, oh, an Asian accent, right? I don't know. Or like Jackie Chan, karate. Oh, I'm doing karate, but that's kind of racist. Like, you're an Asian person doing karate. Like, that's weird. Don't do that. I don't know. What cleaners do I have? I have stone. Is this stone or is this metal? I have metal, don't I? Glass. Plastic. That's stupid. I'm gonna fill up this pool with water. If this was realistic, you could fill it up. Yeah, the water just instantly evaporates. That's cool. Maybe there's some power washing technology that I don't know about. Yeah, today will be my last day. Because I don't really have... I'm going to talk more about the book. I was gonna talk about the dinner more that with my cousin. Um, I still feel like an outsider. Uh, I didn't feel great at the dinner. I still feel like an outsider, and I didn't even talk to my other cousin. Yeah, that was the thing. So I have two cousins. One of them's kind of my age, and the other one's younger. So I sat next to the one who's kind of my age, and he's kind of quiet like me. He's not like outgoing or anything. And I should have talked to him more. Um, there were a couple things like I could have asked and I didn't, and I felt bad about that. It looked like he had a new tattoo. I knew he had like a couple tattoos and I've seen them before, but it looked like he had a new one on his arm. I wanted to be like, oh, that's a cool new tattoo, cuz. I don't know. Like, what is that? But it's hard. I don't know. I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. I definitely wanted to, and I wanted to be like, oh, that's so cool. I like that design. Or something. I don't know. Yeah, and I had some other thoughts. I could be like, oh, I remember your other tattoos. Like, when did you get this one? And you might have said like, oh, I got it a couple years ago, but that would have been fine too. Just been like, oh, I don't think I've ever seen it. I'd like to try to connect with him more because he's more like my other cousin's fine, and that was part of it. Like, he had a girlfriend and he brought the girlfriend there, and I was like, oh god, I'm such a freaking loser. Because he's normal. He's a normal person. He doesn't have any social anxiety at all. He might be that 1% psychopath. No, he's not. Yeah, but he's like a normal person. So, like, he'll talk to me, and I'll try to talk back. But my other cousin, I'm like, we should be friends, because, like, we're like the same. We're more similar. And he has a band, and, like, I really wanted to be like, I want to go to your band thing. I want to text him this week. I'm going to do that. I want to be like, tell me about your band. When you're playing? I'm going to go see it. It's still kind of far, but maybe they might come up to New York once in a while. They live in Pennsylvania. Actually, they might be close to Dalton. They live in Macungie. Do you know Macungie, Dalton? I went to Macungie on Saturday. I feel like, I don't know. No, I feel like Dalton said like he was like in the middle of Pennsylvania. Macungie's kind of close to the east part, by like Allentown and Scranton maybe. I don't know. I remember I drove past Scranton. Scranton. I kind of like doing this because it gets the most percentage. It's the fastest. It's not the most efficient, but because eventually you have to, ooh, what's that? Little doggy. It's nice. This town has a skate park for the kids. Let the kids go on the skate park. Yeah, it just felt weird because like everybody there, like they got their girlfriend and their boyfriend and their husbands and stuff. I just feel like that's why I could have connected with my other cousin because he's like me. So I could have been like, yo, these idiots they think they're so cool. I don't know. Actually, one thing I wanted to say this, but I didn't. Maybe it would have been weird to say, but it's a thought that I've definitely had, and I had it when I was at the restaurant. Like, how do these waiters do this? Like, how do they have all this energy? This waiter was really good. He came out and he was like talking to everybody. He's like, "Oh, I really like the pale ale or whatever." um, and he's like, "Oh, the salmon's really good. You gotta do the salmon." And he seemed really genuine and like he liked that and doing that and everything. And I kind of wanted to tell my cousin to like do an aside, like, can you like believe these people? Like, how do they do this every day? Do you ever think about that? Like, they come out here every day with like hundreds of new people and they just have the same energy level all the time. Like, would you ever be able to do that? I would never be able to do that. I feel bad that like I would never be able to do that. And I would kind of want to say that to him. I thought of that there and I didn't say it. I felt bad about that because I could have connected him with him. I think like I could have connected with him on that. Like, can you imagine these people every day? They come and do this, and they seem like, are they just like psychopaths? Yeah. Are they just crazy? How can they pretend to care about food this much? They say the same thing to every single person. Oh, I like the salmon. Oh, I like the salmon. Oh, I like the salmon. How do you do that every day? I think my cousin would have related to that. But I didn't say it. And I felt bad about it. But I'm going to text him. I'm going to try to connect with him more. Because, I mean, they're not that far away. They're 4 hours, so, like, I could see him once in a while. And be like, I'll come to your band. That whole thing is, like... I would like to do it to support him and stuff. I don't know if I would enjoy going to, like, a concert by myself. To see a band, like, a small band that I don't really... And I don't know the other band members. And he's, like, really quiet, so, like... After the show's over, do I go back and see him? How does that work? I don't know. I don't know. Should I buy a VIP pass or something? How does that work? Oh, I know him. He's my cousin. You can let me through. It's like a small band. They're good. I've heard their music. They're good. I mean, it's not like my Steez, but my Steez is stupid. So they're like metal, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. What is that? What's that shadow right there? Is it those leaves up there? Ooh, that's weird. Oh no, it's those leaves. Okay. Anyway, oh, I don't know. Was this week any interesting at all? I like this game. I didn't have my soda. Yeah, I was watching some videos I made yesterday and I didn't like them, so it always happens. As long as Dalton's happy, I'm happy. Dalton, if you don't want to watch me play Lawn Mowing Simulator, let me know, because I might play it. Too many simulators. How about Be a Good Person Simulator? Be a normal human simulator. The Lawnmower Simulator's got a lot more going on than this game. It's like, oh, career mode, but it's like, you get this contract, and you get these reputation points, and you get more contracts. This game's just like, here's the level, do it, you get money, you can buy another thing. The other game is like, oh, this lawnmower has this special quality, and this lawnmower... I thought that was just the spider coming to get me again. What should I wear to improv? I don't know. um, how in the heck do you make a slope out of concrete? I never really thought about that. I mean, I guess you just have a mold, right? And then you pour it into the mold. I never thought about it. But yeah, like, how do you make that loop? How do you make this? Yeah, you might. I bet you have a mold. Wow, but look at this. How do they? Yeah, how do they? Well, I don't know. I was thinking like, okay, you make a mold of this arch, and then you just kind of like stick it, but it looks like it's connected to the. But I mean, this is a video game, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Good question. Can you die? Oh, okay. Is there fall damage? Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. Debating if I should do one more video. No, I'm fine. Okay. See ya.